Assalamualaikum sir, we are from Group 4 and today we'll be presenting our data science project analyzing crime pattern across Malaysia from 2024 to 2026. So I'm Dia and with me I have the first HR, Marsha, Nurul Izzati, Iza Zakira and Muhammad Suhari. So first, this is our overview page which summarizes the crime across Malaysia from 2024 to 2026. So all the results will be explained in the research question.
For the first research question, is what are the most dominant crime categories recorded across Malaysia state? Based on our dashboard, property crime remain the most dominant crime in Malaysia compared to assault crime. This suggests that crime involving theft and lost property remain the biggest public safety concern and should be given greater attention by law enforcement agency. For property crime, theft-related offences are the main contributors. This indicates that opportunistic crime happen more often than violent crime. Meanwhile, for assault crime, cases involving physical injury are the most common. Although serious crime such as murder occur less frequently, they still require strong enforcement because of their impact on society. Next.
Moving on to the second research question. Where in Malaysia are the highest crime rates concentrated at both state and district levels? So, the bar chart on the left side showing the top 5 districts with the highest crime. Gombak leads with 10.4 thousand cases, followed by Kajang, Putrajaya, Kelang Selatan, and Ipoh. As you can notice, that 4 out of these 5 districts are all located in Selangor. So this tells us that the crime isn't spread evenly across Malaysia. So it's heavily concentrated in one corridor, which is the Klang Valley. As you can see, the scattered bar on the right side, the visualization indicates positive relationship between the level 4 size and the number of crime cases across districts. The points look clearly upward from left, right, which means as the district working population increases, its crime count also increases along. So Gombak sits furthest to the right with both the largest level posts and the highest crime count in the country. So rather than being an exception, it actually confirms these trends. So districts like Kuching, Kota Kinabalu, and Timur Laut follow the same upward patterns, just at a smaller scale. So while most of the smallest districts cluster tightly together in the bottom left, where both level 4s and crime stay low. However, the relationship between level 4 size and the number of crime cases across district does not necessarily imply that a larger level 4 causes crime. Instead, districts with larger level 4s are usually more organized, have high population densities, greater connectivity, and attract more people, which may increase both opportunities for crime and the total number of reported crime cases.
Okay, if we look at the time series visualization, the most striking feature is a distinct V-shaped pattern. Rather than a linear rise or fall, we see a cyclical bounce. Crime begins at its highest peak in 2024 with 212,000 occurrences. And it also dropped sharply to its lowest point in 2025 at 203,000 and then immediately rebounds back upward into 2026. Next, when we look at the downward phase between 2024 and 2025, crime dropped by negative 4.2%. However, the pattern proved that this relief was not permanent. From 2025 to 2026, the trend aggressively reversed with a 3.2% year-over-year increase, climbing back up to 209,000 crimes. When we look at our two tips, we can see how the prison system mirrored this pattern perfectly. In 2025, the prison total set at 164,000 with a negative growth rate of negative 0.18%. As crime bounced back, the prison system experienced a massive growth rate into staggering 24% year-over-year growth. Now, Based on this trajectory, what happens beyond 2026? The forecast band in our chart is important here. If you notice, it starts narrow but widens significantly heading into 2027 until 2029. That widening point is a visual signal of increasing uncertainty, not a confident prediction in either direction. The 2035 till 2026 trends leans outwards. So without intervention, crime risk may keep rising, but the widening forecast band show this is not certain. It could level out of or reverse again as it did in 2024 to 2025. Next.
So for the next research question 4, who are the most affected population in terms of poverty and income inequality in relation to crime? So if we take a look at the scatter plot, which shows the crime cases across Malaysia district with average percentage PLI and income inequality index, we notice that Kota Marudu has the highest average PLI, which is 48%, and with 440 crime cases. And if we take a look at the average inequality index, Kota Marudu also have the highest income inequality index, which is 0.42 index. So, if you take a look at the first scatter plot, it is followed by Baluran, Kudat, and also Kota Belud. And for the income inequality index, it is followed by Kota Belud, Sarike, and Sempurna, and Kota Kinabalu. If we look at the trend lines, on the first scatter plot, it shows a slope upward from left to right, which shows that it is a positive correlation, where when the PLI increases, the crime also increases. And if we look at the second scatter plot, it shows a steeper upward slope with strong positive correlation. That shows that if the income inequality index widen, the crime also increases. But if we take a look at Gombak, Gombak has the lowest average, has 1% average PLI, not the lowest, sorry. And it also have 0.40 income inequality index with 10,442 crime cases. It shows that even though a district have a high poverty, it does not equal to high crime volumes. So this shows that the rich and poor might live next to each other, leading to feeling of relative deprivation. So it drives people to do crime compared to when the entire area is uniformly low income. Notice how the first scatter plot has most districts sits from 0.2% percentage. This shows that the income distribution was able to keep relatively balanced, leading to lesser crime happening. And if we take a look at the combined chart of line and bar chart, the top 5 district is Sempurna, Kota Marudu, Beluran, Kota Belud, and Kudat, which with Sempurna having the highest crime, which is 1,316, and Kota Marudu has the highest PLI, which is 0.48%. So it shows that the Sempurna is a tourist hub. This means Sempurna is constantly packed with tourists, hotels, restaurants, souvenir shops. And while Kota Marudu is a rural house area where houses are mostly far apart and only few major commercial hub is there. So this shows that the crime is much easier to commit in busy town compared to quiet and peaceful town. Next.
So next, I will present research question 5, which investigate whether unemployment is a contributing factor to crime rates across Malaysian states. So on the left, the scatter plot illustrate the relationship between the unemployment rate and the total number of crime cases for each state. So from the visualization, we can observe the trend line show a slight positive relationship, indicating that states with higher unemployment rates generally tend to record more crime cases. However, the relationship is weak because the data points are widely dispersed. For example, Sabah records the highest unemployment rate, which is 0.08, but its crime cases are lower than Selangor, even though Selangor has a much lower unemployment rate, which is 0.04. So on the right, as you can see, the bar chart clearly shows that Selangor records the highest number of crime cases, followed by Wilayah Persekutuan Kuala Lumpur and Johor. This finding suggests that unemployment contributes to crime, but it is not the primary factor explaining why crime rates vary across Malaysian states. Other factors such as population size, urbanization, poverty, income inequality, economic activity, and the effectiveness of law enforcement also play important roles in influencing crime occurrences. So, in conclusion, this dashboard provides a comprehensive overview of crime patterns across Malaysia by integrating crime statistics with socio-economic indicators, including poverty, income inequality, and unemployment. The finding demonstrate that crime distribution varies across states and districts and is influenced by multiple factors rather than a single socio-economic variable. By identifying crime hotspots and geographical crime patterns and highlighting the relationship between crime and socio-economic conditions. The dashboard serves as an effective decision support tool for researchers and law enforcement. So ultimately, it supports evidence-based decision making and enables the development of more targeted and effective crime prevention strategies to improve public safety across Malaysia. So that's all from us. Thank you.